Now obviously the steel bushings are very strong. No danger of them breaking when I use them on the mandrel. However, I'm afraid that these little wooden bushings, especially the smaller ones, that when I screw this up and when I get it really tight so that the blank doesn't slip, there's the danger that I'm going to collapse this. So I'm going to strengthen it with CA glue. And that's why I've got the wax paper here. Now I have 3 different viscosities of CA glue. I've got the regular, which is this, and then I've got the thick, and then the extra thick. But I'm just going to use the regular here. The reason for that is it'll soak in better. Now I know there is a chance that I'm going to have to turn these down again. I don't want to touch this with my fingers. And I am not going to use the curing agent because I want to give it lots of time to soak in. Now sometimes after I post my videos on YouTube and I view them, I see where I've made sort of mistakes. You know, not serious mistakes, but I should have done things differently. And you remember when I cut this piece out of the longer piece? Well, I went and I cut the center out first. What I should have done was rip the piece when it was long and easy to handle. But no, I was fiddling around with a bunch of little short pieces. And it would have worked a whole lot better if I had left it long and then cut off each little individual piece. Well, that's the way it goes. Now here's another place I made a mistake. I should have drilled a pilot hole with a much smaller bit and had a real short grab on the chuck so that just a little bit of it was sticking out. And that way, when the bit would be coming down into the grain of the wood, it wouldn't have a tendency to want to jump from one side to the other, which is what happened. The bit actually moved over a little bit. Anyway, I knew about that, but I didn't do it. Should have taken the time and done it right. And here's another place. When I was cutting this little piece in half, I allowed it to rotate this way, and I should have been rotating it this way. And that way it would keep the opening at the bottom of the cut, and the blade would not have a tendency to grab when it was on its downstroke. Now it's time to actually make up a couple of blanks here. And you can see the 4 on the left here. There's quite a bit of wood there. But the 4 on the right, well, I don't know, maybe a slimline pen if I was lucky, but certainly not a cigar pen. The bit on the right is that 1/4-inch bit that gave me the problem. The bit on the left is a brad point or parabolic bit, and it's designed specifically for going through wood straight. Now it's a 7mm. Unfortunately, I didn't have a parabolic 1/4-inch bit. The outside diameter of the brass tube that comes with this corkscrew kit is just a little bit under 7mm, so needless to say, I'll be using the 7mm parabolic bit. And if I can get the hole drilled down that blank more or less center, I should have lots of wood there to play with, especially on the small end. Now these brass tubes aren't very long, and there's no use drilling a hole through more blank than I have to, so I may as well shorten them up. And I used the bandsaw. Forgot to push record, but you get the idea.